The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the O'Neill Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Oh, yes.
Morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Um, it's a pleasure to talk to y'all this morning. Some people hounded me down yesterday and they said, O'Neill, you need to apologize to the Amber character for the things that you have said about her because she was able to refuse Wayne. So I've pulled up the actual skit in itself, and I said, okay, let's get into it and let me address this because O'Neill, I'm not going to go without addressing anything. You all know me. You know I'm not ever scared or running from anything at all. Good morning. I will be very delayed today. I will only be good for this morning, but I'll be delayed during the day with skits because, of course, I'm out. Yes, I have to, tend to other little duties, but I said, you know what, I have to go live at least. So people wanted, they came on the channel yesterday and they were irate. Them said, O'Neill, you need to come out of the woodwork and address this. So you money law, hold on, money law, because me already know say them can't stand certain things. But people come out of the woodwork and they say they want me to O'Neill to address this. So let's get to the scene of Amber saying this and just make us clear this up real quick. Because O'Neill is not scared. I'm never ever scared. Right? O'Neill is never ever scared. So they wanted me to address this. So let's take it real fast.
I appreciate it, but no, thank you. I can't take the place.
Okay, that's it. I'm not even going to get into any further of it. Here's my take on this before I get into the meat of the matter today. Here's the deal with this scene. Okay, I'm going to give Amber credit for saying no. I'm going to give her credit for saying no. Let me start right there. So first, let me give the Amber character credit for even saying no to Wayne. Now, the problem I have with the problem, however, that I have with what you call it now, the problem that I have with it is that Amber even consider it. She should. I think you should never have even considered it. That's what I believe. This is my take on this. Amber should never have even considered it. That to me is a disrespect. If you consider to take something from your ex, I'm not going to be okay with that. Let me ask you a question. Would you be okay with your spouse considering something like this from your ex? That's the question. I wouldn't have even considered it. That's all I'm saying. And I feel like she's been through enough things now with Wayne that it shouldn't have even been considered. So I'm not really very, very happy on it. That is my take. But exactly, exactly. The fact I like what y'all are saying. She shouldn't even consider it. So I'm not really very, very pleased. People want O'Neill to be very, very up in the ear and be celebrating, and there's nothing to celebrate. They shouldn't even consider it. That is O'Neill's point. It shouldn't even be considered. It should not even have been considered. You're not poor and destitute. Amber's making it look like such a poor and she's destitute, and if and these are like a last hope. It shouldn't even. You should have even said no from the onset. I wouldn't have been upset. Okay, exactly. Yeah. I don't want to give no credit, but since I said one, if I say okay, O'Neill should never take it. All right. The point of the matter though is you shouldn't even consider it. So I'm not really. That's where I'm not even very. No, I'm not really pleased. So for the people who wanted me to be pleased with that, I'm not pleased. Just so you know, I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased. Just so y'all know, I'm not pleased. Anyways, let's get into big and brighter things. They said that Kai was not a priority, right? Amber and Shayla said Kai was not a priority. Now, of course, Denisha is back and whatever she gets, she have to take. But at this point, we have to get into what we're seeing. You jump the gun. No, me not jump the gun. We not jump the gun, see Wiggins. We realize what she is, which is she always puts herself in bad circumstances. That's what it is. That's the point. The point is that she keep putting herself in bad circumstances. You must say no. What it still tells me is that she loose. Amber is loose. That's exactly what I realize. Amber is loose and she behave like everybody's girlfriend. That's what it means. What it mean is that she loose. Amber is loose. That's exactly what it means. She loose. No sane woman wouldn't be putting themselves in no position with no ex. Please. That's what it means. You know what I mean? We jump the gun, it means that she loose. That's exactly what it means. It means she loose. That's what we are saying. She loose. That's what a woman would have called us if we were jumping up on her with a bunch of ex. You the same other fan base would have been complaining if when Anthony was doing it, y'all were complaining. When Anthony was over Shayla for whatever it is, you guys were complaining. She loose, man. And a girl loose. That's the point of the matter is she loose. That's what it means. Amber is loose. That's exactly what it means. She loose. She need to stand up on business from the onset. More say that first. Going to the brink with Wayne and then saying no is not enough for me right now. Because she has a long history with Wayne. So it's not enough for me. But anyways, I'm gonna move past it. I'm gonna move past that. I'm not even getting into it. I'm just telling you what I thought. It is about Kai. I wanted to address some people. That's all. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's jump into this. Let's go.
Who's here? He'll be sleeping. Oh, I'm gonna go lay him down. Okay. Oh, sleeping so good.
So let's stop right here. So a lot of people said Kai was not priority. Here's a question. Is Kai, I sir, is Kai priority at Anthony's house? Because people make it look like Kai is not priority. And I think people misunderstand the concept of priority because them say priority as whatever it is, but this a priority to me say. Denisha went out and buy some things last night. Nobody said anything about them. I was watching in the comments. Nobody said anything. No one said anything. Friends, if you're looking for his father to do a myriad of things, you're not going to get that. Not even O'Neill is probably close to what Anthony is as a father. I always provide and do what I can do in a manly space. Some things me not know because a woman is better than it at me. A woman is better than me at it. Is Kai a priority? Because they must say Kai is not a priority, you know. Is Kai? I saw the chat are going crazy right now. Is Kai a priority, friends? Friends, this side don't mind. I mean him not a priority. Or if he not be a priority and everybody have a cater to him. I don't understand what I want. When you say priority, what do you guys mean? You know, O'Neill, I'm gonna say I'm misunderstanding you. When you say Kai is not a priority, what do you mean? No one gave Denisha credit last night. Nobody did. When she did the gesture, nobody even looked at her. But we're supposed to just give credit to people who doing things over and over again and finally for one time saying, "Oh no, I don't want it, please." Friends, spare me. Just spare me the fake outrage and the fakeness, the fakeness. Just spare me the fakeness, friends. Is Kai a priority? When I say priority, what do you mean? In my opinion, Kai has always been a priority at Anthony's house. I can't say the same thing about Shayla's house. Exactly. O'Neill is all about O'Neill is it's all about Amber. It's all about Amber. It's like Kai. You give credit to Denisha. She did the gesture last night, and a lot of people did not give her credit for the gesture. And I'm like, okay, it no matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you do. I'm Team Amber, but happy how Denisha is standing on business. Kai is at home. Wrote in the comments. She did a great thing. Thank you very much for that, Laverne. That is remarkable. See, you're bashing Amber as always. Nancy, I was trying to give her some credit, but someone is trying to basically say them can try to rub it in, and you can't rub in. You cannot rub in something that should be known. It's not really a bashing, but C. Wiggins was trying to say she could have rub it in. You can't rub it in. Kai was priority to Amber, and Denisha is comforting. My son would have had a room. Auntie special. Last night, Anthony scared me when Denisha bought Kai's stuff last night. Anthony not used to someone buying his son something. It's just a skit. This is just, thank you very much for telling him it's just a skit heckling. So, seeing Shayla receiving her karma is relief for everything that she has done to Amber. Arby and Mike, Shayla needs to focus on being a mother instead of chasing men who doesn't want her. They didn't say anything because they only see Amber win and Anthony. I say, and not Anthony. They're looking for anything to dislike Anthony's situation. That is correct. I don't like how people are looking for moments of failure. I don't like how people are looking for moments of failure. We've been looking for moments of winning. We just ask for it to be done properly.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Seems like you out of time. It seems like he's getting bigger and bigger.
Can you grab another pillow, please?
Look. Oh,
This one's a
okay.
little too hard. I don't want to lay next to him.
Okay.
Vix. Vix and them you can't find. Upset. No, what I do is I like this for Shayla because she needs to see how a mother should really treat a child. She need to take some lessons. Shayla need to take lessons. She need to take some lessons. She need to take some lessons on what needs to be done. So instead of her spending time cussing out Denisha, Shayla needs lessons from Denisha. Shayla needs lessons from Denisha. She needs some lessons from Denisha right now. Shayla needs some lessons. Let's talk about it. She needs some lessons. What she needs to do is learn how to take care of a kid. She needs some lessons. It would be great if I think the father was around, to be honest, right? It would be great if Big Kai's father was around because, of course, his father need to be there, but hey, his father is not there. Does Shayla need lessons? Let's talk about the other parts. As far as over the house is concerned, I cannot talk about that. I already know how I feel about that already. I don't like the idolatry. So if you're coming in thinking only like the idolatry, I don't like the idolatry. Let me just say that right off of the cuff. If you're coming in thinking only trying to support the idolatry with Anthony thing, I'm not. Just like I don't like the Dave thing, I don't like the thing, the Denisha situation at all. I think more of them finish it and done, but hey, that's where we are. However, what I'm not going to allow y'all to do is to do what I do, which is we don't want to celebrate Amber and then bash down Anthony. Not going to work. Somebody has to defend, people from these the yellow, yeah, bottom feeder. Hated Amber's unborn child and David. Riri and Anthony needs to sign. Stop saying Anthony to sign the paper because Anthony has sent Amber a counter offer. Will she sign the paper? That's the question. This was a nice skit, but I want to see Amber's reaction to the counter offer. Exactly. Exactly. The question is, will Amber sign the paper? Nobody asked that question there. Misty, you're saying She's a mother. But when Dave does things for Amber, the other mans have done, she get praise. Correct. Correct. Like she is things that is things that other men have done, and then people make it look like Dave are this I don't know, godly being for whatever it is. Dave are the things that where Anton does a lot of times. In fact, she's still spending Anton the money. Thank you for the super chat, Jarina. Jarina says Amber claimed that this is her house. She has been fixed, and she could have fixed Kai, a room for Kai. She didn't have to wait on Anthony. She didn't want to spend her own money. Correct. But you know what? It is what it is. Jarina, you're right. She tried, and Ann told her, it doesn't matter. You override him. No, Kai is not a priority. He should have a bed. God almighty, me can't bother. Angel, me can't bother. Me can't bother. Oh no. The little boy I get treated, isn't treatment the thing? Look here, friends. I understand the room thing, but I feel like the room is now taking precedent over the how the child is treated. What is more important, the room or how the child is treated? You haven't heard me praise Dave about anything. I don't think he was talking about you, Miss T. We know you're not gonna praise Dave because we know you stand on the side of justice. Denisha is now a stepmother of the year. No, we're not saying Denisha is stepmother of the year. We're saying Shayla needs to take some lessons because clearly Denisha knows what to do with a child. She has one. That's what we're saying. Some females, no. Hold on. No, let me first say, again, I don't like the fact that Denisha has put her kid in terrible situations. Okay? I don't like that. So I'm going to make sure I preface that. Because I know I want to get it twisted. Because I know people stay. Nancy, he can show us in the papers now, but Skitland will be upset. Okay, let me. The question is this. Yes, does she? She moved her son into the house. Oh boy, I can't bother. I'm done. I can't bother.
Thank you.
Yeah, she.
Hold on, you know what? A pot of lobster.
No shot, now this blood clot. No! And that!
Me cook a pot of lobster. Cook a pot of lobster. No pancakes, no bad muffin, sweet potato pie. Don't want the snack, don't want the stuffing, salty salmon lye. Don't want biscuits, don't want cake. Teach me how to bake.
Can't even bake.
With all that cash, no doing dash. Call Denisha for heaven's sakes. No chewy pasta. Step aside, Shayla. Me call Denisha. You cook a pot of lobster. No chewy pasta. Step aside, Shayla. Me call Denisha.
Step aside. Listen to me. Look on the face. Upset. Vexed because she can't cook. Shayla is upset because she cannot cook. The problem is that Shayla can't cook.
So, does he need anything else? Or?
No, he's good. Just make sure you don't keep him up too late. He has a bad habit of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We usually turn in early anyway, so it's just gonna be when we go to bed.
Here. I packed him some extra clothes just in case. You never have too many.
Okay. So let me just put these in. Oh. Yeah, we got that. Okay, cool.
So she's still trying to actually run things. She's still trying to run things. No, Marcia, it is actually the opposite. O'Neill Constance is smarter than we thought. She made Anthony's lawyer feel that Amber is losing so she can send her a deal. Did you hear the deal? Did you hear the deal? No, she's not. No, she's not. She's not actually smarter than Tinder because she didn't do. She's not, friends. For those who keep saying Amber's lawyer is smart, she's not. She tried to do her illegal move and it didn't work. That's what you guys are calling smart. But let's get to this. I'm loving this for Shayla. She just knew. She thought she was being the mansion, but she's not. History is repeating itself. If you were Amber, would you sign a counter offer? Good question. The answer is no. But that's the deal. The question no to them is are you gonna sign it? She sees a happy home environment for Anthony. She's going to try to ruin it for her son. So that's a good thing in a money law. Will Shayla try to ruin it for Kai? Will she try to ruin this? Will she try to ruin this, friends? And stop asking me. Say, O'Neill, okay with the adultery? I'm not. So please, thank you very much. Come on, stay. I want to take everything that people say as you guys speaking absolutes. You speak in absolutes. I know how y'all stay. I know the Amber fans them stay. I know no work. I know how I want to go to work. Every time people I was going to work. Let me write this down on this. Will she ruin it? Will she try to ruin this? Will Shayla ruin this? You already can see it on her face. She not learn. If Shayla can be happy, no one else can be happy. Shayla will seduce Anthony when you drop Sky off. That's what she's gonna do. Shayla's master told her what to do to keep the baby daddy, but she chose a quick summer fling with Iman. Yes, she's gonna try. Yes, because Shayla only loves Shayla. If I'm Amber, I'm just forcing it to court. I'm not going back and forth. Let the judge decide. Yeah, but you can't really. Okay, the thing with okay, you guys, we're talking about two different things. When it comes to the divorce, friends, you're not going to be able to force it. You can, but you can't. If that makes sense. There are things called continuance and offer and mediation. Court have like a process, so you have to kind of go through the trajectory and the process. The judge is not going to right, readily go to court. If that makes sense. You understand? That's why you're seeing it taking so long. We already seeing it, eh? You already see it. You already can see time for the Daltons mediation. We love it. If Shayla and Anthony be together, it means that Shayla gets no karma. That's correct. She can't be together with Anthony. Angelina will ruin it by finding out Denisha's criminal record or Denisha's baby daddy. That's interesting. Yes, Eklin. The look on Shayla's face says it all. She's gonna start the drama. She will. No necessarily she a drama queen. She will try to ruin it, but she fails on many different levels. Iman has her messed up. Okay, let me say this to even Amber fans that are here. Let me say this. How many Amber fans, you know what I'm talking about already. I will say that Amber did a great job with Kai. Okay? Amber really loved Kai and she really tried to treat Kai as best as she possibly could. The issue that I had though with the Amber thing is that it's the person. It's because it was Shayla. I wasn't okay with Amber keeping Kai because I felt like while I love Kai and I understand what Amber is saying, I don't love the situation of Kai's thing. Okay, that's what O'Neill had a problem with. But yes, if we're going to talk, if we're going to say that how Amber treated Kai, yes, she treated Kai well. I'm going to give her that. I'm never going to take stuff like that away from Amber. Amber did treat Kai well. The problem with O'Neill have though is that you also cannot say, Kai is the reason for your divorce and you hate the situation, but then you're basically doing the whole babysitting thing. It's very confusing. That's the point. It's too confusing. Either you're going to stand on business or you're not going to stand on business. But it cannot be both. Either you're on one or you're not on one. Well, if you want to say only like Shayla, you would be absolutely correct. That you are correct with, Sharon. That you are correct with, because Shayla destroys relationships. Not me, you can see it. It's on your screen. Anthony is used in Denisha to make Shayla jealous. Using Denisha to make Shayla jealous because he found out that Iman and Shayla are broken. No, that's not true. That is actually not true. But okay, all right. Hey, that's not true. This is not true, Valerie. That's not true. He didn't even know before Denisha was over there and Shayla asked him to keep the baby from before. So this is not true. Karma is not one incident. Thank you very much for that. Anthony and Amber goes to court and the judge order blood test and finds out that Kai is not his kid, and Kai gets seriously sick and needs a blood test in which Shayla's mother reversed the DNA test results. Be a good plot. She probably will put demands on Anthony once Iman cuts her off financially. She probably will. Shayla will try to Shayla will try to get Dave in the guest room, and Amber will from lead when that's the guest room we use it all the time. Makes sense. You don't give Amber no. I just did. Oh God, I feel like gonna just settings. I feel like y'all just settings. But just did. I just gave her credit for keeping Kai. I just did. You think when just come out for say, oh, you get credit. Oh, this stay so bad. Good God, I want me to do that. I understand that. I think it was unhealthy consideration how it happened and the losses she had. Error. Me too. I don't feel sorry for Shayla. I don't. Anthony just found out about Iman. Exactly. So on a wrong on that, friends. It's not that. Just find that out. No, it's not that she's genuinely loved Kai. It doesn't take away the fact that the child is a straw that broke the camel's back. So exactly. So my thing was, even if you love Kai, it have to be, you have to show me something different first. I just have issues with it. I'm sorry. I have issues with it. Only have problems with it. But I get what y'all are saying though. Common sense can tell you that two different things, two different me writing the skits. Nobody fools around here. Nobody's fooled around here. Amber can fool you all, but can fool you all, but she wrote the part. Thank you very much. She does write her skits. She does. Anthony can't even be a good dad without people saying something. Him can't. He can't even be a good dad without people saying something. We are waiting. Someone says Kai is his what? No more tests because Ant is not denying his child. All right. Well, hey, Anthony is offering Shayla more money. When is Anthony going to get his karma? What do you mean when Anthony getting him karma? Not think him getting some of it. He's not gotten all of it, but he's getting some. Next person says, glad Amber denied Wayne's offer to stay in the condo. I'm happy she denied the offer. However, like I said in the previous thing, she shouldn't even have gone there. She shouldn't even have taken up Wayne on his offer. She shouldn't even have considered it. For me, Nadine. And I will say this because she has had too long of a history with Wayne. That's my problem.
Alright, I can walk you out. Oh, you don't want to go up in more days.
No.
Hey,
Make
Nick,
sure.
I'm gonna walk her out. Okay. So make sure you go.
Put some water in me. Just take his back upstairs.
Let's stop it right here, so friends. I need to ask you again. O'Neill Anthony was disturbed when he heard Iman left Shayla. That was questionable. It is questionable. I'm looking at it and I'm wondering where does he go, because I will be checking that too. The DNA test is separate situation from the divorce. Yes, it is. Anthony is the most hated man. He's the most hated. Them not like him. Listen, once you do anything to Amber, you will be the most hated man. That's why people sometimes don't like O'Neill either. You get it? That's correct, Jarena. If the writers write the script right, you will all forgive Shayla like you forgave Amber. Amber has hated during their engagement. Go back and look at their comments. Correct. If they write it right, you can like Shayla. O'Neill in the whiteboard. Someone says Amber has to come up in the skits that has nothing to do with her. Someone else says Denisha wants this marriage to conclude. Anthony is going to put strains on his relationship with Denisha with all of these delays. Someone says Dave overstepped his boundaries, telling Amber to call Anthony before going to her own house. All right. I don't believe that Shayla will have access to Dave like that, but if she does, I don't believe Dave would bite. He knows too much about Shayla did to Anthony. All right. No worries. Someone says the ones that say Country Wayne in the title are his. Country Wayne stops writing a few years ago. She said she needed to spend more time with her son. I hope that Denisha and her son will not be a collateral damage for dealing with Angelina. Yeah, that's the thing. But here's the deal, though, Iraq. I have to be very fair, and I'm a fair commentator, right? The truth of the matter is, whatever Denisha gets, you will have to take. That's one of the times when I can't really say anything. She going to have to take it because the truth of the matter is, Denisha really has put herself in this situation. For example, I think this is my belief. Denisha should have kept her unit and allow Anthony to be there until the divorce happened. That's what me believe. But again, unlike what Amber fans feel, that's what I actually believe. Contrary to what they think. Love Denisha, and I hope the writers don't turn her into foolish and keep her as. I hope Anthony gets married, but knowing Anthony, he's a clowny. He's so clowny. Cook a pot of lobster, yes, man. All right, this is the same storyline with Amber and Anthony. Right now, Shayla needs a babysitter, so she don't care. Correct. There you go. I agree with that. True to love. I agree with that. I hope that this puts rest that Anthony is a neglect. No one is giving him credit because people are making it look like him not do what he's supposed to do, and I don't understand what I want him to do. Look here, is Anthony neglecting? Because that's what they're trying to show you. This is what people tried to say. Them tried to say Anthony was neglecting Kai, and it's unfair, but you know it work already. You know, it's look here. You know people can't manage it already. Anytime Anthony do something, them can't manage it. The question is Anthony neglecting Kai? Because that's all we hear now. Is Anthony? Because this is all we hear. Is Anthony neglecting? A man can't even do what a man needs to do, but without being called a neglectful father. If Anthony takes care of Kai, he's no good. If he doesn't, he's no. Listen to me. Damn if you do or damn if you don't. Y'all, Denisha will turn out bad like David. Will turn bad like David. Will have more business. Possibly. Possibly. Because they make it seem like he's not a good father. I mean, I said that's not true. They might make it look like him neglectful. Oh, him a neglect Kai. Oh. Look on the comments. Oh, him a neglect him. I don't know. Kyle will be good. Kyle will be a godmother and uncle Dave next week, eh? Will be a godmother and uncle Dave next week, yeah. We want him to get that woman out of that house. Kai is with his father. Let me see this right here. So Kai is with his father at his father's house. What more do we need? Look here. Candice, say it again because I cannot understand. Candid, is it Candice or Candid? Look here, Candid, I can't understand it. I really and truly can't. I feel like people just don't like Anthony. It no matter what you do. It no matter what him do. And that's why, see, it's why people have to ward enough because we don't want everybody to give Amber all his credit in the world. But when Anthony does something, we don't want to give no credit. I can't understand. I can't understand what has he done? All because him girlfriend come there and cook a pot of lobster.
No shot on this blood clot. No. And that.
Look here. Shayla is going to want Anthony to knock it, but him don't want to knock it. Anthony does not want to knock it, friends. It's amazing how people are so biased that they rooted for Amber. It is disgusting, Ozzy. It is extremely disgusting how the people will sit down and not care how much Anthony does or anybody else does. It's warranted nothing. But yesterday when Amber or do whatever it is, Anthony can give her 90% and people will still say she forget the house too. While Dave sit down in the yard and knock it.
Knock it gently, knock it. Knock it gently. Hold on, man. They're done with the rhythm. They're done with the knock the rhythm.
While Dave in it just.
Oi,
Them want Dave to knock it while Amber get all of the money in the world. Listen to me, man. You don't want Dave to knock it while Anthony must be paying for Dave to knock it. Anthony don't need to pay for it. Should Anthony be paying for Dave to knock it? No. Should Anthony be paying for Dave to knock it? Why Anthony must pay for Dave to knock it? No. What may I pay next man for knock it for? Why should he be paying for Dave to knock it? Yes, neglect his own son. The same. How? He's right here. So the woman asked him to take his son and he has his son. How? Only now make no sense here, so. Why am I tell you? I just can't. Y'all call Amber loser, but Denisha was a stripper. What are we talking about here? Oh, no, look here. Number one, even if Denisha was a stripper, okay, she's not a stripper right now. So make up your mind. What are you saying? Women can't change? Well, look here. When you make them comments up, sit down and think about the comments and think about what you're saying. In other words, if a father was doing drugs and him stopped doing drugs and him stopped selling drugs and he has changed his life, that means that him basically is always that. Say you don't want forgiveness work one way, but you don't want to work the next way. Okay, your forgiveness have become very, very skewed. That's all I can say. Denisha's past is her past. I just don't know. I can't understand. Amber needs to get her own place. That I do agree with. And that was what I was saying, Nadine. That was what I was saying. I want her to get her own place. That was my point. She never even needed to basically be telling Wayne forget a no and an exact no. I don't know. Who cares if Amber loses? It was a loser. Why people making stuff up? If Denisha can't change it, I don't know. I don't know. It's too much. It's too much. Shayla needs to wake up and stop going after rich men. Tried People tried to tell Shayla to get her own wealth, but she didn't want to listen. Also, Shayla is teaching her son that it's okay to crash out. That's correct. Thank you for behaving. I wouldn't want a man to on drugs, but not ever. The fact of the matter I'm saying is, if the man has been rehabilitated, meaning, let's say he did something in the past, but 10 years after, he has basically changed his life and has become a different person. Does that mean he's always the same? That's the question. If him change. It's like if we give everybody else a chance, except that if DCFS does a home visit, it's required the child has their own. That's not really. It's required that the child has a place that they sleep at. Not really. Tamrak, not really. It's required that the child has a safe place to sleep. And I know this because I think it was them. There was a time when I had my daughter and DCFS came by where I was. And I guess because I was disciplining her and somebody from somewhere called, I don't know, they must have called the people and say, hey, I'm disciplining daughter too hard. Someone basically called DCFS and then come to my doorsteps. And they basically checked the entire place that I was with my daughter. At the time, she never had her own room, but she had her ear that she slept. At the time. Because I was in transition of moving from there, so I didn't bother to rent like a 2-bedroom or so. But she had her own like a place. I kind of give her, one spot to sleep, whatever it may be. But it didn't. No, they just want to know that she has a place to sleep. He or she has a place to sleep. So that's not how it works. You don't necessarily have to have your own room. It's just that the kid needs to have a safe place to sleep. DCFS can't. That's not how it works. In fact, you have places here. You have places here in LA where you might have even 5 people to a room. DCFS can't tell them where to sleep. As long as they have a safe place to sleep and the place is safe, that's all them care about. As long as there's no abuse in the home and the place is safe for them to sleep, DCFS cannot dictate to you to get a room. So that's not true. Black Widow, Amber is not an angel, so stop it. I've been trying to tell people that. Dave is behaving too cocky. No, like he's a perfect man. I'm gonna leave that where it is. A person can always change. People are making it look like people can't change. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. These Anthony extremists are something else. What kind of extremists? Are they extremists? You're sure? They are extremists? Yolanda. Then let's not talk about extremes, cause boy, I tell you. All right, what you saying now? You saying necessarily have to have a place, friends. I agree. Um, with that change, O'Neill, but what didn't Amber change back in 2023? Denisha was with Caris within the 8 months. I am on the fence, but if we can't bring up anyone else's past, okay. So yes, so if you're going to say it, it's fine. Point of the matter is you're saying that okay, the past that they're bringing up is that she's a stripper, and I'm saying is she actively stripping now? That's the question. So you can't just bring up. Look here, you guys talk out of context. So I'm asking a question: is Denisha working as a stripper? No, it feels like we're demonizing people, and you have to be very careful with that. You have to be very careful with that, friends. It feel like we are demonize people pan what them have going on before. That's how it feel like. It feel like we are demonize people. Yeah, it feel like we are demonize people. I don't go for that. So may I ask a question now? So may I ask you a question? Because you wanna say she whatever it is. So may I ask you a question? Is Denisha working? It feel like where I said this is what she do right now. Is that what she's doing right now? Is that what she's doing now? Again, friends, we're talking a context. If you ever tell me about the house, perfectly fine. Anything she get over Anthony house, she has to take. But is she stripping? No. All right, Mrs. Ona misquote me. Ona misquote me. What's missing is that Denisha is a mother to a teenager. Amber has no children. Shayla is a first time mom. Denisha has mother experience, and that's what we see in her. That's what people is saying. Thank you very much, Watchman Witness. Jesus, I don't know. I mean, I know, I can't bother. Y'all are okay. Your Amber love has gone so far where a woman who stops stripping is getting flack from Uno. This gone too far, man. Jesus, can't bother. Let them tell it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You open to giving the benefit of the doubt to. It's two different things we're talking about. If you're talking about Denisha's scammer past, I still am suspect. If you're talking about Denisha's stripper past, she's not a stripper. It's two different contexts. So, okay, speak in context, people. You're okay. So people is trying to say people not forgiving Amber's past. When we talk about Amber's past, we're talking about her in relationships, which she has shown patterns of doing the same things that she has done in the past before. When you're talking about Denisha, you're saying that Denisha was a stripper. And I said, well, is she stripping now? And your answer is no. She works as a receptionist. So you're talking about two different things. You can't just make your own concept up, friends, and then go after that, please. Speak in context, friends. If you ever speak in context. You're not speaking in context. It doesn't matter what she did or was doing. I believe it's important that she told Anthony. That's it. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The Anthony Extremes don't want Amber at the mansion. They don't want her at Dave's. Hey, they don't want her at Dave's. They won't be happy until he's on the corner doing. She's on the corner. That's not true. That is not true. That is not true. Yolanda, that's not true. That is not true. I'm not even going to read that. That's not true. These women are going hard on Anthony. I'm telling you. If you don't say what they want to say, them kick you out them page. Well, not here. Don't worry. See, Austin, you have a safe space. No one can kick you off of this page because O'Neill is about the truth. I'm not about all the other things. Amber did have a child, well, she doesn't have a child right now. And she hasn't really grown a child over the period of time. That's the point that they're making. She hasn't had a child like Denisha has had a child, so she's had more experience. People speak in context, and people, man, stop getting upset. No, she had not been one in the past, but she's not one. She may have been one in the past, but not today. It's too much, man. It's too much. I don't hate Denisha, but I don't care about her character either, and that's fine. Say that, but is the other things that people saying? Come on, friends, don't do that. Extremists only have one way of thinking. Both are both. Both wrong. Both can do better. Extremists make up stuff and demonize everyone. But Amber, that's the difference. Thank you very much for telling her that. Denisha is still no good for having sex with Anthony in his marital bed. Look here. Look here. Both of them ZSA are no good because they're both basically having sex with other people. The fact of the matter is this. See, no matter where you commit idolatry, it's still idolatry. That's all I can say. These are skits. Are we allowing people to grow and change? Denisha is not stripping, and Amber is not with a harem of men. They have both changed. Yes and no. So here's the deal. The scamming portion and Jones, we're still suspect of Denisha with that. Amber fouling up and making mistakes, we are still suspect. Why we're suspect? Because you shouldn't even entertain Wayne yesterday. You would not entertain your ex right now if he came and told you that him have a place for you to stay. You wouldn't do it if you have a husband. You would have tell him no from the onset. You wouldn't wait. Context matters, friends. Please, thank you very much, Watchman Witness. Context, friends. Speak in context. When you know you can't come over here with the illiterate arguments. Come on, friends. You know only like when take it. Come, friends. If we're not gonna argue this thing properly. We don't argue with somebody who going to talk to you really. I'm a team Amber, but Denisha is doing. Thank you. Just let it go, friends. Let it go. There's so much as Anthony's, and there's no such thing as Anthony's as Anthony extremist. No one defends Anthony's right. Thank you. Thank you. This is what you're not getting. The paste is the paste. The past is the past. I think that's what you're saying. Everyone is not perfect. People make it look like they're perfect all of a sudden. She went to work with Tamir and left that life. And even left Momo. Nobody can judge. Everyone not perfect. Thank you very much for that, Nancy B, because at least you're bringing it back. No, the Amber fans is trying to change the narrative to make their beloved Amber look good. Thank you very much in them eyes. Well, if you're gonna do that, then you guys should have the same smoke for your girl Amber. That's not what people are doing. There are no Anthony extremists. Yolanda, I don't agree with you. Here's why I don't agree with you, because people actually call out the Anthony character. Every time he's a clown, he gets bashings. I don't know what the Denisha does in secret. I mean, you know, she's in a secret. You know what? Hold on. Do you believe that Denisha, hold on, let me ask this, is stripping at nights? Because this is where we're going. Clearly, this is where we're going. Clearly, this is where we're going. Clearly, when they thinking Denisha strip at night, when they think she should go out at night time. Yo, I swear to this, I think of disgusting, you know. Do you believe that Denisha is stripping at nights? Because this is where we're going. Since you know I'm ask the question, I'm ask it for now. So let me get this right. Just say a strip at night time. So what you all are saying is it's it's I can't, but I just can't take it. I can't take it. So on the thing, give me a moment, friends. Let me see if I can find Laverne. Give me one moment. I just know, y'all are really something else. I swear to you. Give me one more. Let's see if I can get the next kid pulled up. Y'all are really something else. Give me a moment here, friends. Give me a moment here, friends. So y'all wanna believe is that basically, Denisha is coming home like this at nights. This is what y'all believe. So y'all believe that Denisha is like this at night times. This is what y'all think is happening. When I think Denisha go out and she come in like this. So this is how. Is this how Denisha is coming in? I'm coming with a new skin, friends. Give me a little bit here. Let me make sure it's it. I'm asking. I didn't create the scene, they made the scene. I did. Hold on. You can't hear me. Hold on. Give me a moment. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Can you guys hear me? I hope y'all can hear me. Me know I can. I was on to believe this is how Denisha is coming in. Eh? 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 I'm finishing up the next one, guys. I'm gonna bring it on. I just you know what? I need to make a trench coat song. Is it, you can't hear me? Hold on. I think hold on, my mic is coming through. What do you mean you can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me? I believe you can. Come on now. Hold on now. Sabrina, refresh your screen. Refresh your screen. Only the work every day. That is not true. What I do actually, Renita, is to give a fair I give a fair assessment of the characters. The problem, Renita, is that you are pro Amber. And so, guess what? I've already realized when it comes to pro Amber fans, right? Here's how pro Amber fans work. How uno work is this: everybody else is bad and Amber is good. If people wrong Amber, uno give them flack. And people like me is here to ensure that uno not get to do that. Because y'all get out of hand. Only get out of hand, friends. Only do get out of hand. So we don't want to say y'all get out of hand. Only get out of hand with it. Sometimes only really go far. You go very, very far, you know? You go far. Only just go far. Only go too far with it sometimes. Y'all go very, very far with it. Anyways, I have the news kit. I'm gonna bring it up. Give me a moment here. Let me bring up the news kit. I saw. Let's get physical. That's the deal. Let me bring up the news kit. And y'all know me have a hop off a thing there. So that's what the problem is, Renita. That's the problem. That's the issue. The issue, Renita, I have is that when you don't judge a character them fairly, when you unfair some of the times in y'all's assessment, it's almost like Amber is good and everybody else is bad. If someone wrongs Amber, y'all basically even me, get at me. It's what you mean. Even I know the wrath of Amber fans. I've been dealing with y'all thing for a while now, and I think I know me I deal with y'all. I've been dealing with y'all for a while with the foolishness. Here we go. Here we go.
He's at my house, he's doing it. Whenever he's at yours, he's doing it. And if he's with Angelina's Ashery, I'll share with them too.
Got you.
Cool?
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
I really appreciate it.
Hey, Shayla. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You talk to Wayne. Yeah, I can't stand him. All he does is talk about other people's business and not his own.
Okay, so he's trying to see if he can kind of get where I think, whatever. Thank you very much for telling them again. O'Neill keeps it fair and real. That's what O'Neill do, but people not like the fairness and the realness. Them why I just say pro Amber things, and I'm not going to do that, friends. You're never going to get me to do that. Angles and sneaky baby mama, eh? Ah, it's a sneaky baby mama. Okay.
Keep your head up, Shayla. I know we've had our ups and downs, our back and forths, but at your core, you're a good person. And honestly speaking, I couldn't see myself having a child with someone else.
This is why we're not extremists. That's a terrible statement. Ain't no way you're going to say you can't see a child having a child with somebody else other than Shayla. Shayla is not that special. Let me just say that line was way off. That line was not encouraging. That's the worst line he could have. That was the worst line. That was the worst line from Anthony. Hold on, let me hold on. Let me play it back for your money law. Say it here. Money law. Let me play it back. Say it here, because I would never ever say this. Listen to the line.
And honestly speaking, I couldn't see myself having a child with someone else. And a piece of me is kind of selfish because I'm happy to at least have a piece of you.
You. All I can say is you. 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 However, notice we can call Anthony out and say, you, Amber fans, see? We can call him out, see? There are no extremists. We can tell us him a clone. People can tell you that the Anthony character is a clone. You. That's that. Thank you. That's exactly what I call it. Damage control gone wrong. That's what I would call it one. Damage control gone wrong. Ugh. Ugh. Now the question is, this is a very good question, Stephanie. Will this make Shayla go after him again? And this is the problem with Anthony. Anthony also have an issue. So let's rest at Anthony in the notion, right? Let's rest at Anthony, right? Let's really rest on Anthony for a little bit. These are the problems Anthony create because he also is not very truthful. Just like what Amber not truthful sometimes in how she do things with her Wayne and other people. Anthony is also not very him also not very what you call it now. He's not truthful, and so he creates the problem. This is also a problem of Anthony's. Lying about things that he should not be lying about. You can't lie about them things. And you can't do this to women because when you do it to them, what it does is it creates problems. This is how it creates problems. Because you could potentially have the woman go after you again for this. It possible. It possible. Exactly. Anthony gonna mess up what he's got going on, man. He's gonna because of what he's doing. I've always said that Anthony loves Shayla. I don't think he loves Shayla, but he has a way of. All right, I don't think him love her. No, give me one moment. Let me make sure I get a thing there in there. So I don't believe he loves her, but I think Anthony has this way of trying to please everyone, and you can't please everyone. He's a people pleaser. You have some men like this where them try to please everybody. Them try to please every woman. They meet a woman and them tell the woman this, and they meet another woman and them say, yeah man, of course me love you. You know, let me show you some I love you. I'm give her $500. Then they meet another girl and say, of course me love you. So he's trying to please everybody. You can't please everybody. That's what he is. He's a people pleaser. That's the problem. He's a people pleaser and you can't please everybody. Certified crazy.
And I don't want you to let a relationship or a man define you. Not even me. You define you. And you're a great mom. You're smart. You're beautiful. You have a lot of things going for you. And I genuinely want to see you happy. Because you deserve it.
All right, here's the problem with this now. Here's the problem with this. I'm gonna learn about women, right? I'm not sure you only learn about women. Don't say certain things if you don't mean it. Because they're gonna take you up, especially them crazy girl here. You can't say things you don't mean because they will take you up on your offer. So when Anthony is telling her, "Oh, I really couldn't see myself having a kid with no one else, and you're such a nice girl, and you're the best in the way." When you do these things, it encourages her to say, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" That's why you can't do that, right? You can't do that. So yes, Anthony is wrong for doing this. Him wrong. You can't do this. You already know Shayla crazy.
Sometimes you can be a pain, but I know so can I. So I want us to just co-parent in a positive manner. But most of all, I want you to be happy. I really do. You deserve it. All right? It's gonna be all right. You'll find someone who's perfect for you. God will send somebody your way. All right, so keep your head up. Yeah, let me get your door for you.
So Anthony tell her to keep her head up because she's been working her head too much right now. So I need to stay up. It's lies, man. She ain't don't find nobody at all. So she don't find somebody. She will find somebody. Somebody will take her on. The one thing though is somebody will take her on. He's right about that. Cause some man somewhere has nobody at all and him needs some pum pum and he's going to take her. Let me be honest with you, ladies. Let me be honest with you. Aware yourself, even if the men are not honest with me, I tell you the truth. Some man is gonna take her somewhere. So I know we might money might run a lot of jokes, but I'm gonna be honest with you. A man from somewhere is going to take her. Call Delicia. She cheating with Iman. Anthony will never learn. You have to talk to Shayla certain ways. Anthony has just misguided philosophy. Has this misguided philosophy that if everyone hears nice things, they'll suddenly change. Thank you. I love this. I love this. Just a big dummy. Don't say these things to Shayla. Shayla doesn't chase Iman. Shayla don't chase Iman. He with the best friend, Delicia. God will send Dan. Who will take Shayla? A man will take you. A man. Look here. Don't, ladies, contrary to what you believe, a man will always take you. No matter when nobody tell you. No matter when nobody tell you, ladies. A man will always take a woman. There is always a man for a woman. There is always a man for a woman. Now the question is, will she take him when him come? That is a question. But there's always a man for a woman. There's always a man for a woman. So I mean nobody tell you nothing. You understand? If you meet the right man and you meet him on the right day, he will take you. That's all I'm gotta say to you. So as long as y'all get that in your brains.
If I need anything, I'll call you.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Be safe.
You know what, Riri? I like where you're going with the conversation. I think Dan need to take her. O'Neill, if Shayla is a good mom, I would hate to see a bad one. That is true. She's definitely not a good mom, for sure. She needs to ride on over to Delicia's house. Iman paid your rent for a year. Dan is trying to get with Mr. Big's wife. If Dan wasn't broke, he'd be a good candidate for Shayla. They're just alike. That is true. That is true. Should Shayla be with Dan? That's a good question. I mean, like Dan is like a great guy for her. Like Dan would be a good guy for her. I feel like Dan would be a good guy for her. Yeah, I feel like Danny would be a good guy, honestly.
Dave, Dave.
I feel like Danny would be a very, very good guy for you right now. I feel like Dan, I want good candidate. I feel like I want good man that we should do with. What do you mean Dan is homeless? Come on now. What do you mean Dan homeless? Y'all are I don't know. Y'all are just wild, man. Y'all are wild. Dan would be loyal. He's loyal. He's extremely loyal and he's there. See? The man that's there, she wouldn't want that kind of man, and that's the problem. The problem is that some of the times the ladies don't want the man that would want them. That's the problem. Shayla needs to be with what? A shrink? So, Shayla and Dan. Should she be with Dan, friends? She need to be with Dan. Shayla got shelter for Dan. Exactly. Dan will find money for her. She needs to be like a Dan. Arby loved her, and she left Arby. No, by the way, let me let you know right off of the cuff. I don't feel sorry for Shayla. Let me whoa. Let me make sure to make it something clear. Let me make something clear. Let me make something clear because I don't want people to leave the live thinking what they should not be thinking. I don't want you leaving the live thinking anything different. Do you feel sorry for Shayla? Let me tell you straight off the cuff. O'Neill does not feel sorry for Shayla. Let me just make you know right off of the cuff. I'm not sorry. Let me cue y'all up. Let me cue you up. Let me cue you all up. O'Neill does not feel sorry for Shayla. I'm going to tell you why. She had Arby for herself, right? And Arby had no other woman, right? And Arby took care of her. Arby loved her, and Arby tried with her. And she left Arby to do all of this. In fact, she had Mike, but she never wanted Mike. So she's had 2 chances at 2 men that were single, that never had anyone else, and she decided to leave them alone. So let me just make you know that right now. I don't feel sorry for her. Just so you know, just so y'all know. Let me make sure, me make it straight and clear. Don't feel sorry for Shayla. No. Good morning. I've spoken to. Let's see. Army was good. A good man, Savannah. Arby was a good man. Anthony says some dumb stuff. He does say a lot of dumb things. And these were dumb that he said. That's right, that Willie. Anthony wants that yes, ma'am. I don't know if he wants the yes, ma'am, but he's trying to do this. Let me be right all the times, or try to see exactly if I can, what you call it, shade her. And you cannot shade Shayla from what she's supposed to get. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Anywho, friends, I have to run. I'm hungry. I mean, if you get some breakfast, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. Have a wonderful morning. I will be intermittently throughout the day. I'll give you skits, but I'm out. So on the know it work. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a wonderful day. I love y'all. Have a good morning.
Welcome to the audio show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again.